Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to all the viewers of Bharat TV. Today, our segment is about cinema and social justice, the director's approach in Caste Rush. Nikhil Singh Rajput is a dynamic and visionary filmmaker known for his bold storytelling and commitment to addressing pressing social issues through cinema. With a background in both film direction and screenwriting, he has quickly established himself as a distinctive voice in the Indian film industry. Nikhil's latest project, Cast Rush, has garnered critical attention for its unflinching portrayal of contemporary social realities and its innovative approach to narrative filmmaking. His work reflects a deep passion for meaningful storytelling, aiming to spark conversation and inspire change. Today, we are delighted to welcome Nikhil Singh Rajput to discuss his creative journey, the making of Caste Rush, and his perspective on the evolving landscape of Indian cinema. Welcome, Nikhil ji. Namaste. And we are very happy, very proud to have you in the Bharat TV studio. So
Thank you,
let me
Anjali.
thank you. So let me start by asking you the first question. What inspired you to create Cast Rush and what message did you hope to convey through this film?
So, like all of us, I read an article on the FBI raid on Bab's Temple. And so, we as Sanatanis living in Bharat, I read the whole thing. And I knew that this is politically motivated because we know the Bab's Temple ecosystem. And I don't think they need to make a few bucks by underpaying artisans and workers. So,
Oh,
so I knew that this is politically motivated. I think if anybody, even non-Hindus who read it in India, they know that Bab's Temple does not need need your extra $10 per hour. So, so that I read it, and then how these days, once you start researching something, the algorithm takes you to everything. And then I was aghast reading how Dalit activists in USA are going about their business. I was aware of the Cisco case. I was not aware on a day-to-day basis, but I was aware. I was aware of how some American organizations were also fighting for it.
mhm, mhm.
And then whatever was happening in schools, they were trying to basically make caste a weapon. So So once I went down that rabbit hole, I just read and I knew that this is ridiculous. Both the activists who are saying this,
Mhm.
and because most people in America are just happy to not travel at least to India, and even if they travel,
Yeah,
it's an easy lie to believe, right? So
true.
so you heard a lot of things and you read a lot of things, and I said, कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. We have to do something about it. So I'd worked with the Indic Dialogue earlier, and we started chatting, and they are of course based in the United States. I was also a film student in LA for like good 10, 11 months. So so I was very aware with how things run in the USA, and so we started talking, and then they said that, yeah, Nikhilji, the situation is bad and it is ridiculous. Mm, So I said, let's pick the most ridiculous things, and at least because see, in a film, you can't be tackling every issue. It's like creating a dish. So when you create a dish, those are mostly two dishes. So
Mhm.
like aloo gobi or something. So you're tackling two or three questions only if you want to do it well in a film format.
Right.
So so basically we took two issues, and we just ran with it. The two issues are simple. They said that all our temples, all, not some, not a few,
Mhm.
all
Mhm.
all of our Prachin Prasiddh, meaning old and famous, all of our old temples are caste discrimination center, and that they ask you to take off your shirt so they can see a Janev, which is a sacred thread, and
Mm.
then and that's and only then you are given entry.
Oh,
So
okay.
so basically, even the non-Hindus who live in India know that this will be impossible because of the footfall. But this was so ridiculous. I thought, what the what the hell? And then the other issue we took was that only people who are born in a Brahmin caste,
Mm.
these are their words,
Right.
uh, will become temple priests.
Mm.
This also, most of us kind of know that there's no hard and fast rule. Like I knew somebody in my childhood who was a neighbor, not born a Brahmin, is now the temple priest of my house is near. There's a Shiva temple near my house.
Right.
Ashok Chacha, we used to call him. Now he's a pujari there.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I said, let me just take this too. And then we traveled across India so that nobody tells us that, oh, they've just taken one part of India and they're trying to pull a fast one. No, not.
Mm-hmm.
So we traveled across India and we went to Jagannath Puri, then we went to South Maya Shiva Temple. Um, so we went to Hyderabad. So we basically traveled across India to show that these are ridiculous ideas, and also at the same time show what it's really like. So
Mm-hmm.
so we visited various temples in Coimbatore alone, and some of them have not made it in the film because again it's a film format. But so those things have happened, and so far we've had three or four screenings in India, and on the 9th of August,
Mm-hmm.
we are having our US premiere in Beverly Hills, Hollywood. And then for the next month,
Mm-hmm.
meaning August, September, we're having various screenings in various cities of the United States.
Right. So, Nikhil ji, as I understand that the central theme of your movie is the weaponization of caste, right?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, okay, you froze for a second. The weaponization of caste seems to be the central theme of your movie. Why did you feel that it was important to address it right now? I mean, it has been going on for some time, but you brought this issue at this time. So
No,
why?
because it was getting ridiculous. But because it is getting ridiculous in the United States, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm,
Uh, we understand, we know. I live in India, been born here, will die here. Uh, there is caste discrimination in our society. Okay,
mm-hmm,
we have come a long way from past discrimination. It is now you'll have to search for it, but it can't be denied. It can't be denied. It does exist in our society, and we should be working for it. And if somebody wants to point that out about our society, I'm fine with it. But in the United States, it has gone to ridiculous levels. And
ridiculous.
so,
Yes.
and and what you know, I am in a position to do something about it. Somebody else can just roll their eyes and say, these guys. But so, so now because it has gone to ridiculous levels, you have to. I mean, a, a company is saying that there is caste discrimination in India.
And
Okay,
India.
this is a US company going to Silicon Valley companies saying there is caste discrimination in India. Okay, fine. So all your Indian employees, all, not some,
Mm-hmm,
all your Indian employees are casteist. Okay, I mean, just see the jump, right?
Yeah, true.
And so then they will teach the company, and they will want money, hundreds and thousands of consulting dollars,
Mm-hmm.
to tell you a problem which which probably in Silicon Valley, best to our knowledge, um, because I'm an engineer and a lot of my friends are also working in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So, so first they'll accept your dollars to
Mm-hmm.
tell you about a problem, which probably one in a million case and even that in US workplace, I don't think even that is
Mm-hmm.
genuinely found.
Yes, yes,
And
true.
then they will take another $100,000 to sensitize you, right? As if
Yes,
we don't understand
sensitize you
something.
regarding caste. True.
Yeah. Because how can we be how can we be sensitive? We are not
Sensitive.
reading the same papers, and people who are working in Silicon Valley, the finest brains of our country, somehow will need to be
Be
sensitized
sensitized.
by it from the sociology degree holders who cannot even speak to,
I know.
who have no idea of who will make the unscientific jump from saying caste system exists in India to all Silicon Valley
All
Indian
silicon.
professionals are casteist.
Correct.
So that is the level of intellectual depth. So it has gone to ridiculous levels, and I'm glad to say that the tide is turning a little bit.
Little bit. So yes, you are right. It has gone to ridiculous level. There was this introduction of Senate Bill 403, which became
Yeah.
an issue with a lot of organizations. But regarding this movie, what kind of response do you expect to receive from audiences? A, in the United States, B, in India. So let's talk of United States first.
Yeah. So it is primarily targeted for American audiences, American Indian audiences, and American Sanatani audiences,
Mhm.
and their children. So, so Anjali ji, very quickly, if I may, uh, for people who have settled in the United States, say in early 2000 or say in the 90s,
Mhm.
even their idea of Bharatiya society is very dated because India has massively changed in those years,
Massively changed. Yes,
massively changed, right?
agreed. Yes,
And it is evolving every day.
it
It
is.
is evolving at a pace
Really.
where even I am not sure
Hmm.
if 10 years from today I will be able to give you an accurate description of what the 20-year-olds are up to, right? So it is really changing. So if it is really changing, then my issue is that even for people who are living in the United States, I have to give them an idea of today's Bharat and the society. Also, I'll just lost my train of thought. Sorry, I'll do
So,
this
so
again.
let me help you. Let me help you.
Hmm.
No, I know because there's so many thoughts, so many concepts that you would have tried to put them together. So, how do you think, or how do you hope that this movie Caste Rush is going to contribute to the ongoing discussions about caste, social justice?
No, it is to first tell you that some of these claims you hear are ridiculous. So if you see the film, what you will see is the approach I've taken is a very American, because we see all those Hollywood films and series, is how in a court of law they tell you you speak the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the
Nothing
truth,
but the
nothing
truth.
but the truth and the whole truth, right?
Yeah.
So that triangle is a pretty good representation of how you arrive at something. So what I have done is I've taken the American method and said forget about the scientific method of how you can make an accusation, but even if you do a American method, you will understand that okay, this is not this is ridiculous, right?
Right.
So that is our idea.
So basically, what you're saying that not only you have tried to tackle the complexities of caste in the American context, but even in the Indian context, right? So can you like enlighten us a little bit more that how have you tried to tackle this complexity of caste in the contemporary society in general?
So, so caste is a huge issue in India, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and caste discrimination does exist. So, so it's not like it does not exist. It does. So, but what I have tried to tell the American audience, one is that it is a social issue today. It is a social issue. It is a political issue, and we as a society have come along.
Mm-hmm.
But it is not a prevalent religious issues in our religious organization.
Yes, yes.
So, because you could most definitely, without exception, say it, the whole truth concept. So, so that particular strand of the argument is factual.
Mm-hmm.
So for the American audiences, because they might not be aware on the distinction on these three levels. So we are saying that our temples are not caste discriminating.
Mm-hmm.
One, right? And we've taken that idea and run with it. In India, for the Indian audiences, most of them are like, yeah, this we know. So why are you not talking about reservation? Our idea of affirmative action. This is
Correct.
what most people are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, because you're not tackling the subject that is prevalent in India,
Mm-hmm.
they just feel underwhelmed. They're like, this is common sense. We know. Why are we watching a film for it?
You're talking about this, yeah.
You have no idea what happens in that screening. People are polite, so they'll not tell
Right,
you
right,
in as many words. But
right, right.
so then I have to tell them that see it what is very obvious and commonsensical to you. See it from the American lens.
Yes, yes, true. Yeah. So like, I want to ask you, were there any personal experiences that influenced you, the story with the characters in Cass Rush? Any particular real life incident or stories that helped in shaping the narrative?
No, so I knew theoretically that you don't have to be born a Brahmin to become a priest in a temple.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know that it is true for now. Probably 60 or 70% of all the pundits who are in various temples.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see the film, so in Orissa, people are saying the same thing, especially in Shiva and Devi temple. Same in Rajasthan. Rajasthan, a gentleman said that I'll give you a list of, and he actually sent me a list of 200 temples where the head priest, not just any priest, the head priest was non-Brahmin by birth. And so I said, I'm not doing a PhD thesis for God's sake. I can't include it, right?
Yeah.
So, so that one aspect of it. So, like I said, we understand something to be theoretically true, but we don't know how widespread it is. So,
How
so
widespread.
while making this film, I realized that, oh my God, we don't care. A priest is a priest, whatever his uh, caste when he's born with is. But but I didn't know that so many priests in various temples are not born a Brahmin. Nobody cares, thank God.
Right.
And and so I'm glad. So this is a discovery which I'm very happy about because being a priest is as much about knowledge and reciting it with correct pronunciation and maintaining your own study. Then the Gotra you are born or the Kula you are born. So that's
Absolutely. I mean, even somebody like me living in the United States, I can quote from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, and I can say that Bhagavan Krishna says it very clearly that any identification with your caste or with your family status and all these things. He does not consider it dharmic or divine. He says
It's not a
that
prerequisite. Yeah.
your soul, yes, a soul is where it cannot be identified by these or limited by these small identities. So definitely, I mean, this is a very good news that the priests in various temples, they are not the caste doesn't determine whether somebody will be becoming a priest. So do you have any plans to continue exploring social issues through cinema?
It will be hard. It's hard to say it at this point
Hmm.
because not that there is any dirt of issues to be made a film
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Mm, Like these caste activists have gone to ridiculous lengths about IITs being the place. I have to remember the ridiculousness of their pronunciation. It is an organization where caste privilege gets certified into meritocracy,
yeah.
right? So that is a documentary. If I had the superpower, I'll force them. I'll make and I'll force them to watch it. But there are a few things that go before we make a film. What is the story we are telling, and we have to watertight the argument.
Hmm.
And we also have to ensure that we are allowed to film it. So, for example, you want to make a documentary about IITs. Good luck.
Right, right.
Good luck trying to get permission for shooting in IITs.
Uh,
I for another series that I'm producing and directing here in India,
Nice.
it took me 6 months to get permission for an NIT.
Hmm. I
So
see.
because these are government educational institutions, and so they don't want any kind of uh, forget about an issue connected to them, which may or may not portray them in the right light.
Mm-hmm.
They just feel that no need to allow anybody to film at their premises. Forget about talking about them. So
Oh,
if you say that this is important and we want to shoot and we want to make a film on it and can we shoot, all we need is a shooting permission. They
right,
will
right.
say we don't care what people are saying in the United States. Our students are the CEOs of Google, so we don't care. You go and shoot, do whatever. Don't come to us, right? So
I know you. I think
so
I've.
making a film is not easy.
Mhm. Right, right, right. I had lost you for a moment, but you answered one of my questions. I was going to ask you that what were some of the biggest challenges you face, when you pick topics like this, like Caste Rush, but you have already
Uh,
answered. But
don't
is
get
there any
don't
specific?
get me started. Don't get me started. Everything is a challenge in filmmaking, and especially in documentary filmmaking on social issues, like the pujaris that we have interviewed. Uh,
Mhm.
we wanted to explore casteism in all its complexity. They said that we are not interested in any kind of a social or political commentary because casteism is a huge political issue in India. Anybody who follows Indian politics knows it. So
Right.
they said that we are not interested in making any of those commentary, and if you make those commentaries, because they don't trust people with cameras, rightly so. In that case, you will have to take us out of the film because we don't want to be associated. Whether you're making, we said in any case, we will be making a factual argument. They said you do it in your own time.
I see.
Uh, so so we were limited to by their permission. We were limited to making it about saying that our temples are caste discrimination free.
Mm-hmm. I see. So, any future prospects? I know you just mentioned NIT, IIT, but other than that, anything else that we can expect coming from you in the near future after Cast Rush?
So so we are still talking about something. I don't know if Intic Dialogue would want me to to disclose it. But but while we are Indic dialogue is doing a lot of dialogue,
Hmm.
as the name suggests, and so they are constantly looking at various things, and so we bounce off a few ideas, and then once we agree that we figure out, okay, how can we film this and all of that. So there are two ideas being explored at a very later stage. I don't know if I should divulge the detail here. They wouldn't like it, but in the screening off camera, I could tell you about it, or maybe
Sure.
while post screening Q&A, we might be answering that question.
Sure. Let's keep it as a surprise for the audience.
Right.
Yeah, I think it'll be better, surprises. People always look forward to surprises. So,
Yeah.
as our conversation with you, Nikhil, comes to a close, it's clear that your passion for inclusive storytelling and the social impact, which continues to shape the landscape of the contemporary cinema, that is what we are going to learn through this film Cast Rush, and of course, your thoughtful approach to filmmaking. So, Nikhil, you have demonstrated the power of art to challenge perceptions and inspire meaningful dialogue. So, we really thank you for sharing your experiences, insights, and vision with us today, and your dedication to represent diverse voices and fostering empathy on screen. It's timely and very essential, actually. So we really look forward to seeing, yeah, how your future projects continue to push boundaries and contribute to a more inclusive and dynamic film industry.
You are too kind, Anjali. Thank you so much. Thank
So thank you so much for joining us for this enlightening interview.
you.
Thank you to the audience of Bharat TV. Stay tuned for more conversations with change makers who are redefining the world cinema. This is Anjali from Bharat TV. Thanking all of you to join us, and thanks so much, Nikhil Singh Rajput, for making Cast Rush and giving us your time. Thank you.
Yeah.